Deep within you, the answer is already waiting. It knows what you truly want and how to get there. That's your intuition speaking. We all have the ability to hear it. And today I'll show you how to start. I'll give you one simple question to begin with. And from there, we'll go deeper. We'll go into the steps and questions that will help you find your true path and follow it. Intuition isn't some enlightenment moment or voice speaking from the sky. In our mundane life, it shows in different ways. It's beneficial to present intuition as something only for the chosen ones. Of course, a lot of people following their dreams, following their true path. It's a powerful force. But in reality, it's easy to connect with it. That's why if you believe that intuition is some kind of magical skill that you should learn in 10 years in ashram somewhere in India or wherever, just leave it all behind right now, because it's not true. And if you're watching this, that means that you're already on the right path. Intuition is a natural skill for human beings, especially for women. It's always here, but the voice of our intuition can be turned all the way down because of society norms, because of our parents, or anything else on our way. The reason is not important right now. It's important to go back to that voice, that inner voice, and to listen to it. The more you tune into this, the deeper your sensitivity gets. It sharpens your perception and opens the door to all kinds of mystical experience, opens the door to see a future for yourself, to know exactly in the moment right now what will be aligned with you in days to come, and see it as clearly as you see everything else around you. But it's not where it starts, and that's really important. Intuition starts in our body. It is the connection with your body that makes you you. It's the connection to your senses, to your feelings, that what helps you navigate through life. And of course, in modern life, we are not that deeply connected with our bodies. So here is the question with which you can turn back to your body, from your thoughts, from the expectations that people around you have. You can turn back to you with a simple question. Are you ready? It can be a little bit weird, but the question is what I want to eat right now. You may ask, hello? I came to learn this magical skill of intuition. I want something deeper. But as I said, connection with ourselves starts with our body. If you don't hear your body speaking, how you can hear your higher self speaking? There's no one to speak to if you're not in your physical form, in your physical self. You can't connect with the divine if you don't have roots here. If you're not grounded, it's simply not safe to connect with the wisdom of the universe and of yourself, of your soul, whatever you might believe and feel like. So why food? Why the question is what I want to eat now? Because the process of eating is the area where we usually stick to our habits. We rarely ask ourselves, what do I want to eat right now? A lot of the times we just grab whatever is in the fridge or wherever we used to. I recently did this. I asked myself if I want to drink coffee in the morning. I thought I am addicted to coffee. But then I started asking myself, sorry, I had to change the frame because my camera died, and welcome on my couch. We can continue our conversation. As I said, I thought I was addicted to coffee. I couldn't spend a day without coffee. I drank 2 cups a day, sometimes 3, 4. And then I started asking myself, do I want it really right now? And I understood that it was just a habit. It was not my desire. Yeah, I love coffee. That's part of my personality to that point. But sometimes I want to drink juice. Sometimes I want to drink tea. I even started to drink matcha. So once you hear the voice of your body with simple questions like, what do I want to eat? Then you can move to other simple questions like, what I want to wear today? And it may turn out that you don't really like this black simple t-shirt. You would like some color, for example. And for other people, that would mean that you don't need all this color. Actually, one thing you need is a simple one color look, and that would be surprising for you. But that's something that makes you happy. And the way our body speaks, it's not with words, it's with feelings. It's the feeling of relaxation. It's the way body opens towards things that we like, that we enjoy. It's the way how we feel tense and how we want to hide and close from things that we don't like. In relationships, again, if I'm in the room with some person that I think everything's okay about them, but then the deep feeling that something is not right, that I'm not looking into, but if I have this feeling, my body will feel that tension. I would want to close, maybe even run away from that person. And then, of course, after I talk with that person, I feel drained of energy. Because you can't lie to yourselves in that kinds of scenarios. If your intuition speaking, you have no way of tricking yourself. I mean, you have a way, but it would make you unhappy. It would come up eventually, the truth will come up and you'll know it, you'll feel it, because the truth is within you and it still affects your actions and your feelings, even when you don't realize it. So after you feel those simpler questions, after you get that connection with your body, you can start exploring more difficult topics with your intuition, with your natural response. Do I like the thing I do with my life? Do I like my professional choices? Or would I rather do something else? As soon as you notice how you feel doing something, and you'll start see nuances. In the story I told you about matcha, I hated usual matcha latte because it tastes like grass. But then I tried the drink that's called brown sugar matcha in the place where I tried, and I liked it. That sweetness added to that bitterness and grass taste of matcha, they come perfectly together. And the same things happens with life choices. When, for example, you in some kind of career where you talk to people, for example, like a waitress, you talk to people, you like doing this, but then you are not really a big fan of people treating you like shit. Unfortunately, sometimes people do that with these kind of serving professions. But if you like helping people, but you're not a big fan of this serving part, you can explore different areas where you can still help people, but from the position being equal with them. Maybe you would like to be a psychologist. Maybe you would like to teach dancing, for example. And then you can try something toward this option. And again, when your intuition develops, you would feel things aligned with you more and more. In the beginning, maybe you have to try something several times in different circumstances with different people, but then you will know right away if that's aligned with your path or not. And you will sense that moments ahead of you. How would future me feel about this? And when you're grounded, when you're connected with your body, with your feelings, you have easier access to your higher self, to your soul, to the voice of the universe, to the voice of God, whatever you believe in. When you're grounded, at the same time, you also open to the divine. And you can receive those messages from the world around you. But there is one thing. The voice of your intuition doesn't matter unless you act on it. And that's the tricky part. When we start really hearing ourselves, really feeling what's important, what's aligned, we run away from it. We dismiss it like, I must be imagining things. Or, what? That's stupid. That's not like me at all. And we ignore that inner voice and we turn it down again. Because it's painful when we know what's aligned with our past and we're not following that thing. Knowing what you want, it's half of the work. The other half is action. And of course, that's where fear kicks in. This uncertainty, this anxiety, doubt. It happens because you don't trust your inner voice yet. You have to learn how to trust your intuition. Not just hear it, but also trust. Because when I trust my intuition, I take action. When I don't trust my intuition, I have my doubts. I stay in the uncertainty. I want more and more signs, and I get those signs from the universe, but I don't act still. I feel that hesitation. And how do you build that trust? You may ask me. First, you build relationships with your intuition the same way you would build relationships with a human being. When you build that trust with people, it takes time. You have to overcome some challenges together. Same goes for your intuition. That's your relationships with yourselves. And if you don't have much reason to trust what you think, because your brain full of voices of other people, your parents, your first grade teacher, your first boyfriend, a lot of people live in your head rent free. But when you start hearing your own voice, check that trust, act, observe, see what happens. And the second thing that I want to say is start small. You don't have to act big right away. You don't have to change your career path in one day because you feel like it. It's not necessary. Some people can do this. You can do this maybe, but if you're scared, if you're uncertain, just don't. Start with which way you want to go. I mean, literally walking in the street. And then you turn in some weird direction when it takes longer to get where you're getting, and you see a cute dog there. And you're like, oh, I turned here because I wanted to see that dog. Or you see advertisement about for example, your favorite band that you didn't even know it's in the city. And you're like, oh, that's amazing. That's why I turned here. +1 to the intuition. That's how it works. Know your risks, the ones that you're able to take and the ones that you're not willing to take, and act accordingly. And when there are enough points, then you start trusting with bigger stuff. What should I tell in that email so I'll get that job? What kind of video I should make for my social media for it to blow up, or to invite more people, like-minded people in my field. And then you do those things. And again, you see how it works. You now understand the language that your intuition speaking, because for everyone is different. Then you have an answer to every life decision. You know how to get that answer from yourself and from the universe. And by the way, next video is going to be about signs of the universe and how you get them, how you find them. Stick around for that. So today we walked through the process of developing our intuition, starting with the question, what I want to eat, to the other life choices that we need to make all at some point. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next one.